Allow me to invite our next speaker, Dr. Joanne Nyika. She will be presenting on gender equity and land access, specifically on women's barrier in land tenure and agroforestry. Dr. Joanne is a lecturer and researcher from Technical University of Kenya, where she is in the Department of Physics, Earth, and Environmental Sciences. She holds a PhD in Science, Engineering, and Technology from UNISA, an MSc in Land and Water Management from University of Nairobi, and a bachelor's in Biochemistry and Molecular Science from JKUAT. Her research spans hydrobiogeochemistry, waste management, climate change, and environmental education with over 40 publications. Karibu sana, Dr. Joanne.
Thank you, Wango. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we hear you very well.
Yeah, as I have been introduced, I will be speaking on the gender lens in terms of the barriers that women face in trying to manage agroforestry activities, and basically how we can manage or maneuver in the challenges and make them solutions for better uptake of agroforestry, particularly in the drylands. And as we heard from the previous speakers, is that agroforestry is a solution to many of our problems. It confers various benefits, including improving soil health, biodiversity, increased productivity, and better revenues for our farmers, particularly knowing that our drylands in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania have got, they are not well off economically. Drylands have various benefits. Benefit number one is that they improve the soil fertility. They ensure that there are nutrients in our soils. They also ensure that the life in the drylands is continuing and is more diverse, of which is benefit from the higher organisms to the lower organisms. It also helps in terms of trees are good. They help us to conserve water. They help us to enhance biodiversity, boosts our food security, and in terms of our nutrition value, they help to bring about income, and all these benefits lead towards sustainability in our drylands. So basically what we are saying is that agroforestry benefits all community members, whether they are youths, whether they are women, children, or men. But agroforestry is also a pathway towards gender equity in terms of it will promote marginalized communities, particularly or marginalized members of the community, for example, women and children, in terms of promoting their economics and promoting their well-being and nutritional health. But the successes that agroforestry offer are pegged on addressing the gender disparities that we have in access of resources and in decision making. And particularly my focus will be on women, the challenges they face, and how those challenges can be maneuvered so that they can become better for more agroforestry uptake. And we want to look at a gendered agroforestry system. How does it look? What challenges do women face? The first challenge is on land ownership, and ownership of land is good. It can promote women to take up agroforestry activities and optimize the benefits that come along. However, in our drylands, women face a lot of challenges. They do not have access to ownership and control of land and the activities that they do on that land. They have limited rights on the land, and basically the socio-cultural norms do not recognize women as owners of land. they do not recognize them as decision makers, which can restrict them in terms of being able to take up activities, being able to take up credit to own the land. Another challenge that women face is that as they are trying to take up agroforestry activities, which can boost food security in terms of increasing the food yield and the fodder yield for our animals, women can face limited challenges, including land and tenure, control of resources such as water, and basically decision making compared to their male counterparts. That challenge is that in terms of livelihood, which agroforestry can promote through the sale of trees, seedlings, or products from the trees, women often face challenges in terms of accessing the market and their involvement in how much the price of their products will be. Also, they have limited decision-making power and this makes them not have equitable resources compared to men. Agroforestry being a tool for improved soil fertility, being able to conserve water, being able to mitigate climate change, as has been said by other speakers, can be used by women to promote these aspects. However, the limited knowledge on how to practice tree management, how to manage the resources that women have access to, they have limited knowledge and managerial capacity. And basically what we are saying is that women are challenged in taking up agroforestry because they do not have access to secure land rights. They do not have they have limited access or unequal access to agroforestry inputs, for example, seedlings, seeds, water, tools, extension services. They also are limited in the decisions of what agroforestry practices to take up. And basically the socio-cultural norms also limit them. The patriarchal society seeks for a woman who only stays in the house, so they're even limited in their mobility. But basically meaning that if we are looking on the negative side, we need to take affirmative action so that we can promote agroforestry in a gender equitable system. A situation where we have to take action, we have to give women secure land rights, just as men or as youth or any other member of the society. We have to challenge gender stereotypes. We need to be able to accept that women can be of equal benefit in leadership in various activities in the society, just as men. We need to give them equitable access to resources. We also need to have a gender responsive extension where we have developmental programs that are designed to implement and address the needs and priorities of women, so to ensure that they have access to resources and benefits just like men. We need to involve women in leadership and empower them, value their voices, value them as good decision makers, value their contribution in the society. We need to collect disaggregated data, separate the data so that we can see what are the specific needs that women need to be addressed so that women can become better agroforestry uptakers. How can we address the issue of land and the inequities in terms of land access and land rights access? And how can we address the disparities that are that women often face within the society? In conclusion, what we can say is that we have had the speakers previously say that agroforestry plays an important role and in the society, particularly in the dryland, and can be a tool for gender equity promotion. But by addressing the women, the challenges that women face, we can promote gender equity in agroforestry, better access to land, and dry land communities can unlock the full potential towards better, sustainable land management practices. Thank you.